I'm Rob Licuria, Senior Editor at Gold Derby, here with Mimi Leader, Director and Producer on The Morning Show. Mimi, you have been obviously in this industry for a long time. I remember when you won your first Emmy for Love Labour's Lost in 1995,
Yeah.
back when I was only 3 years old.
Yeah.
It's been, and you were only a teenager. It's been, how has TV, I know it's an obvious question, but how has your life changed in terms of being a director on TV from days to morning show? What's the biggest change?
Well, I still wake up with a lot of fear, and that hasn't changed. No matter how well you know your craft or a story, it's, that imposter syndrome, when are they going to find out? Uh, and then it's this, it's a very motivating factor. And, but I guess having worked so long in television in so many different genres, it gives you quite a bit of confidence. And I still do shot lists because I need to do them. For me, I need to block the whole thing out. I need to um I just need to write it out, and then I never look at it. And that's something I do still. And what has changed? It's just it's just you want to tell the story from the most authentic point of view you can tell it from. And so that hasn't changed. Only the confidence, I would say, has changed. You get smarter, you get better, and you don't want to rely on old tricks. You don't want to really steal from yourself, but maybe others. And I don't know.
Yeah, I get it. I was so happy to have the UBA morning show family back. It's been a while, and after season two, which really blew me away with, especially with the death of Mitch Kessler, I just felt like the first episode back was chaos, controlled chaos. So much going on. We're trying to catch up with what's been happening.
Yeah.
When you take on an episode like that, and you typically do the first and the last, and maybe a couple interspersed in the middle of the season, how much of a challenge is that? Because you're bringing the audience back, and it's got to be good, or otherwise we're just going to be feeling lost.
Yeah, it's a big challenge. And you're saying where everybody has been, where, and that actually is the least exciting part of it. The most exciting part of it is taking the big swings, like going to space. Oh, our characters are going to space. Oh, okay, we have to build a rocket ship. All right, what does it look like? What does it feel like? How are we going to do it? We don't have a budget to do that. You take those big swings, and they're fun, and you float in zero gravity, and meeting our new character, John Hamm. He walks in, he's this tech billionaire, and he forces all the characters to declare themselves, and he becomes this accelerant in the story. And you know he's very complicated, and UBA's in trouble, and you're setting that up. And also, I block shoot the first two episodes, so the second episode was the hack. And one day you're shooting episode two, and one day you're in Texas shooting your actors in dune buggies. And it's having great conflict with each other. And everything's through our character's point of view. And it's a lot of fun. But it's a very big show. It's very deceiving, actually, how big it is. And
Yeah,
that's exciting, because it is.
it is big. It's huge. I'm like, are they really going to do the space thing, or is this just all a big tease and it's not going to happen? Oh no, it happened. Like, what comes to mind first of all when you realize, yeah, we're doing space now on the morning show, and it's not going to be something stupid and silly that doesn't work. It would completely work, just especially for those characters.
It took months of prep, actually, to shoot the interior of the space capsule in one day, to do all the zero gravity, to we were in production, so our actors were working and acting, and to get them in harnesses, to feel comfortable with doing flips. It takes a lot of core. And so there's a lot of preparation. The palette of the spaceship, the music. We chose opera. We made it a ballet. Trying though to do it through our characters' eyes, what they were going through at that moment. So it took a lot, it takes a lot to prepare for space, and a lot of green screen, and a lot of sets that we had to build. And it's big. But I had a little experience with Deep Impact,
Yeah.
flying guys in zero gravity, and it was fun. It was a ton of fun.
But and then you mentioned the hack. It's completely different aesthetic to the show because it just that felt so much more intimate, terrifying. And can you talk me through completely pivoting and then doing something like that where I think a lot of us have dealt with something like that before in this day and age of cyber security. Talk me through that.
Well, I can say that, shooting the hack was very exciting. You jump into handheld mode, you jump into chaos, and I love chaos, and I live in chaos. And I mean, in terms of filmmaking, not in my personal life, I don't love it so much.
Yeah.
But you just, the story leaves these breadcrumbs, and you follow it, and then you design it, and then you put it on its feet. And it was it was challenging, and it was a lot of fun. It brought me back to I mean, it's not the style in which we shoot the show. I do shoot the show sometimes. I've brought more handheld into it this season because our characters are very unsettled, and it just felt like it worked. And the hack was really fun to shoot with our actors who aren't used to doing that kind of work, but they loved it.
It's good to mix things up and just to give people a different kind of flavor every once in a while, and that's such a good thing about this show for me. Although I absolutely adore these characters now and I care about them and I want to know more about what they're doing, I love how the show walks this tightrope between being current and topical and also prioritizing storytelling. I love the topical stuff. I love how the show leaned into abortion rights and journalistic integrity and all those things. Is that particularly difficult on this show to walk that balance between the two?
No, I mean, I think we're a show about news. And so, first season was Me Too. And then, of course, we concluded with the Mitch Kessler, and then COVID. And, this year we really wanted to tackle the truth. What is the truth? It's an endangered species, and abortion rights, and minority rule. And those are easy topics. They're hard topics, but they're easy to tackle in the framework of our show through our characters' eyes. And, with Bradley having had an abortion when she was 15. And, there are so many topics in our show. And we are constantly walking the line between, because we play it right up here. It's authentic, it's real, it's grounded, but sometimes it's absolutely ridiculous. These are kind of ridiculous people who get paid a lot of money, and their problems are somewhat high class problems, and it's and then we dealt with systemic racism in our show in episode 3 with Nicole Bahari's character after the hack, discovering these racist emails about her. And so we like to dig into big subjects, important subjects. I mean, the show is kind of funny and ridiculous, but it's also about something that really matters.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's what I mean. We can go off into the clouds with these crazy people, but we can also be grounded as well. And that's what the show does so beautifully. Mimi, thank you for your time today. We're going to bring you back shortly.
Sure. Thank you.